we finished the video, and you could see straight away his enthusiasm, excitement was through the roof. And straight away, he's like, guys, I've been awake all night. I've got all these ideas.
What would you say is the most underrated luxury in life?
I mean, I travel extensively, as most people already know. It's important to be in your business, but you've got to take a step back and you've got to work on the business as well.
If you would think about Jacob & Co. would design and engineer a private jet, what would be the typical elements of a Jacob & Co. private jet? Welcome, Laurence. Great to have you here at our new facilities. Really proud that you took your time to travel all the way to here. I hope you enjoyed the tour already and got an impression of what we have done the last 2 years here.
Definitely. It's been a fabulous morning so far. So thank you for the invitation to come and join you here in Linz. The facility is incredible and it's great to meet everybody behind the scenes. So much work goes into making these private jets operate, and to be here actually in the hangar where all the maintenance is done and to see it firsthand this morning, very cool for me. So thank you so much.
Yeah, let's continue to talk about incredible things, right? So since we met last time, I think it was about a year ago, when we met at the Ritz-Carlton in Vienna, I'm sure there happened a lot in your Jacob & Co. world. So as a partner, we are really interested what happened. Tell us the most exciting 5 things over the last year.
Yeah, so for us, it's been a remarkable, transformative year for the business, I would say. One of the key things that we touched upon at the end of our previous catch-up last year at the Ritz-Carlton was the fact that Manchester City would become a partner with Jacob & Co. and Jacob & Co. a partner of Manchester City. So this is something that we brought to fruition. This was an idea at this time we last met, and I'm very, very proud to say that this has come to fruition, and we now have an incredible partnership with the club, amazing timepieces that we've created especially for them. So we created 3 different models, and what's really amazing is one of those pieces from that collection was completely invented for Manchester City. So they had this as a pioneering piece since end of last year, all the way through now until September this year. And we've released it for the general market now, this piece in titanium in different colours for other areas of the world because there was so much demand. So I'm really proud that we created something completely innovative, new, that didn't exist for Jacob & Co. before. And then we took 2 existing models, transformed them, made them Manchester City, and brought together this beautiful timepiece that we're wearing today with the colours of the club, taking into consideration the badge, the typical sky blue that everybody loves to see, and then we have the rose gold. So really something completely special. And this has been an amazing sort of 12-month period for us having this partnership.
Sounds amazing. So let's dive a bit deeper into this. So tell our audience a bit more. What is the role of a typical watch seller, and how a watch seller becomes so creative and building such a strong partnership with this very historic and legendary Man City club? I mean, this is not just selling a watch, right?
No, it's totally something different from that. So, I've had an amazing career, over 20 years in watches and specialising in that in many countries. But what's beautiful with this particular opportunity with Man City is that it came about naturally, basically from me having a key focus on networking as part of the business, meeting many, many people. And one day this culminated in us meeting with Eddie Rimmer, who's one of the really good guys at Manchester City. He welcomed us. We did a pop-up in the stadium at one of the games. A gentleman...
Just an experiment?
Yeah, just an experiment. And on the day, a gentleman who's now a very good friend of mine since this moment took one of the pieces that we had at the time. And I was like, wow, people really love this brand. There's a connection and a community behind this whole football and the club at Manchester City. And the people there are just amazing from the top to the bottom. And I've had the pleasure to meet the chairman and spend time with him. I've had the pleasure, to spend time with the commercial directors, hospitality directors, all the way down and up the chain, basically. And this has been an incredible, also learning journey for me and insight into the football and the community that world holds a great value. And now, I guess moving forward, we've been able to build this incredible partnership that from what started out as a test, and it's now turned into a partnership and a friendship. And we're incredibly proud of this. But I think the key fundamental behind is the networking. And I think the fact that I, in particular, and my business partners, we like to be out meeting people consistently. This consistency has enabled us to reach the right people and develop long-term relationships, friendships, and this transcends through into the relationship we have with Man City.
Yeah, I totally understand. So it's not happening by accident. There's a clear plan and a strategy behind. So, and as is important in our business, networking is a key element of the entire business development. So how important is it for you and Jacob & Co. the whole networking element of the watch selling business?
Yeah, no, networking is like top priority. So what I always say is it's important to be in your business and work in it, do the things, the practical things, but you've got to take a step back and you've got to work on the business as well. And by working on the business, this allows you to build the business and to see the vision of what you'd like to have in the future and make those milestones and those steps along the way to reach the goals. And I think what we've been really good at through our collaboration with Jacob & Co. is that we've been able to start to build relationships early with a vision. We've networked and we continue to do that really importantly, making sure we're in the right room with the right people, because there's obviously types of networking that other business people, we see them doing, and we see sometimes you can waste time by doing the wrong type of networking that's not going to accelerate your business. So it's important that you're really sharing time with the right people in the right rooms, and this will absolutely transform and project you forward, and you'll reach goals and even go above. And an example of this is all of this hard work that we've done for over 4 years as the official Jacob & Co. partner is culminated in the last 8 weeks being the best 8 weeks we've ever had in the business.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And how do you identify and explore once you grow into a network? Is it worth to continue to develop? Was it no, it's not worth and don't waste time?
Both. I mean, it depends. You really see very quickly, is this the right partnership? Is this the right opportunity? People are really important. So sometimes you could think that, working with a certain brand might be fantastic for you. But if the people behind that brand are not motivated, they don't have the desire, the passion, and they haven't got excellence in execution, you're not going to go and partner with them because it's not going to go any longevity. Whereas what we do very quickly is we really meet great people. We see the one that we're going to work with. We make the strong decision. We make the connection and the partnership. And then we both work really hard together as partners to support each other, to learn from each other and grow. And this really, helps the business. But the importance of helping the business is helping our customer. And our customer at Jacob & Co. must achieve a lifestyle with us. It's no longer about purchasing a product, glass of champagne, cup of English breakfast tea, and off you go with your shopping bag. With us, we need to host such an incredible experience, excellence in execution for the customer. And then the customer is no longer a customer, they become a friend. And, there's many, many examples of this over the last 4 years where I've met clients and they're now friends and they visit me, I visit them, we spend personal times together and we have amazing moments together. And this is really a special type of collaborative spirit we have at Jacob & Co.
Please share with us a bit more about this wonderful watch. I mean, I love it. It's simply the design, the colors, the mix, and the technology behind, of course, it's mind blowing. So there was this initial idea, a vision, a thought, yeah, and then I guess it takes engineers, it needs designers, it needs the commercial aspect, and so on. So a lot of things are involved to get the final product. So what are the stages and what roughly the time frame from the, let's say, from the first idea till you handed over the first watch to a happy customer?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I would say sort of back end of 2023 was when we decided, right, we really want to take this to the next level with Manchester City, and we want to become a partner, build a collection. We then worked on ideas of how to go to market with the strategy first. We then presented all of this information to Jacob in February 2024, the very beginning of February. Very cold days in New York, I remember it well.
What were his first comments on that idea?
So I'll never forget the meeting, because we arrived and he says, guys, I hear you've got something really special to show me.
So he had little information up front.
Very little information. He just knew we were coming to present something special. And we created a video that basically showcased everything that happens at the Manchester City Stadium, around the games, the hospitalities, the type of things we'd already been doing as activations for Jacob & Co. there. And we presented this in a video. Really powerful music, pumping, everything, get the energy in the room. And if we finished the video, and you could see straight away his enthusiasm, excitement was through the roof. We then, the next day, normally day 2, we don't normally get a second sort of sitting with Jacob. But on day 2, we got the call from the assistants to say, he really wants to see you again. You cannot leave New York until you've come back and you've sat down. So we said, okay, great, we're coming. We sat down, and straight away, he's like, guys, I've been awake all night. I've got all these ideas. We need to share these ideas together, and we need to work on the product. And straight away, just that 24-hour period, he already had the vision of the idea of how the dial inside the face of the titanium watch would look, this completely new product. Already within 24 hours, dreams from the night before. And he pulls a wash bag that he takes on his plane when he travels, and he shows the bottle top of a beautiful fragrance that he likes to wear. And he said, this is going to be the design for the dial. Something very close to this. It's amazing. I love the engineering. And straight away, the assistant takes it. This bottle top heads on its way to Switzerland. And this became the diamond cut dial inside the new titanium piece. So this was really special and unique, because together collaboratively with our ideas, his ideas, we created something totally new. So that was really special for us. And then from that moment, February, the first product landed, I would say, November 2024. So quite a few months of going through the motion. Production, obviously, R&D, especially with the completely new titanium model, never created before. So a lot of R&D, yeah, and the guys and girls behind the scenes there working, tirelessly to make this happen, and we had to deliver in November. This was the obligation for the contract with Manchester City. So we had no choice, and we had to make it happen, and we did make it happen, and we brought these pieces alive with serial numbers, and then we carefully selected serial numbers to match the players' shirt numbers. So therefore, if you had a dream player that's your favorite and you were fast, you could purchase that player's name and number, and that would be the serial number for your watch. So this is really special. And then in your case, we're able to select your birth date as your serial number, so it matches, a personal message to you as the owner. It's not only just receiving a watch. And this has been incredible. And then from November last year until now, we've had an exceptional success selling these pieces. And I would describe it as almost an additional new business model on its own, almost separate to our normal Jacob & Co. operation, servicing retail and general private clients with the normal collections. It's really added a completely new business. And a different level of dedication and time to make amazing experiences and emotions happen for everyone that purchases the watch. And we've really brought this to life with the thanks of Manchester City.
I know that some watch brands, they do limited series like 1,000 pieces or 5,000 pieces on, but on particularly this one, it's very, very limited. It's just about 30 units
exactly
shared. Yeah. So what's the concept behind keeping it so limited?
True luxury is really important to clients of brands in the marketplace at this price point right now. There are other brands, which I won't name the brands, but they have had their clients purchasing for many years. And a lot of these clients now are quite loaded, shall we say, with the pieces from these different brands. And they're now looking for something different and something that represents true exclusivity, true luxury, and a symbol of success. Something that's not just in the general market that they see super easy. And we've created this, and the idea to have 30 pieces in the gold and ceramic, 20 pieces in the full gold, and only 250 pieces of the titanium is a strategic decision so that the end wearer can still go in their daily business, in their environments that they operate in, and they are unlikely to see another person wearing the same piece. Maybe the only place that they will see another person is at Manchester City, but this has brought people together, created a real close community of
sharing the same passion.
Exactly, and they're sharing this passion, this level of ownership, this friendship with us as a brand and us as people, and you know, we give that love back to them. And it's, we've had some just incredible emotions, experiences, and events and special times together. So I'm really thankful for all of this. Yeah.
I learned that Jacob & Co. is not about timepieces only. It's about you build this timepiece and create personal emotions. It's not just a product. So what is the secret behind building this personal emotion?
Yeah, well, the secret is get to know your client, get to know your friend of the brand, so that you can really deliver to them something that's personal and exclusive and authentic. I'm just me. I don't pretend to be anybody 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then I go home, close the door, and I'm somebody else. I'm me. I'm available almost 24 hours a day, apart from if I'm sleeping a few hours, and everyone can touch directly with me. We've got no CRM systems behind that are particularly managing any customer interactions. We're not using any technologies for this whatsoever. We have the typical accounting softwares as a company, and this is the limit. Everything is really personal. It's me, it's Richard, it's Paul, and the customer is connected with us as people, and we're connected with them. And this, for us, is the most important, and why we can offer this special feeling for them.
And as you said, it's a luxury product, but it's more about the luxury experience. So what are you doing yourself as a person dealing with your customers, or you said friends of the brand and friends of you, to keep this at consistently at high level, just over a longer period? Because selling a watch is one thing and creating these emotions, but I'm sure you stay in touch with your customers lifelong. And how you keep this bond alive?
Yeah, I mean, it's just important to be disciplined and to be diligent about the communication. So it could be a random phone call to, I'll give a clear example, and Rob knows who he is. So I might just phone Rob 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. I know he's probably on his way to somewhere near Rugby or London to do some business. He'll be in the car alone, and we can just have a catch up and a chat. Nothing special. We don't need to talk about watches or anything related to business like that whatsoever. We just talk about life in general, what everybody's up to, holidays, this kind of thing. I've got other friends now who, you know, invite me to stay in their homes. We just stayed at one of our friends' homes on Friday for Halloween, spent time with their family, the children and my children get to have fun together. So yeah, the communication is in multiple ways: phone call, WhatsApp, and in person. That's basically it.
Would you say there's still room for luxury brands, particular for luxury timepieces, to enter the market? Or would you say it's saturated? You have some big names like Jacob & Co. and they have built a customer base, they have built the brand, they have built the loyalty and the reputation. But is there room for more, or that's it?
It's a good question. I mean, I'm always fond of innovation. So if somebody comes to the market with something completely unique, as long as they're not directly competing with me at Jacob & Co., I'm happy. Because it's good to see innovation. And I think that's what is setting us apart at the moment, is the high level of innovation that we have, the multiple types of collections, product offering, complications in pieces, bringing things that are world firsts, never done before, new patents, 4-axis tourbillon in the last 12 months. Nobody thought these things would ever be possible, and we're very good at bringing the impossible and making it possible. But I would say right now there's, I would say, a little bit of a saturation in some areas, in the sort of, I call it the lower luxury segment. But I think if somebody's to come with high innovation in the premium segment, there could be opportunity. But at the moment, I'm fond of the position Jacob & Co. is in. I wouldn't say that we as a brand have got too much of a direct competitor. There's lots of other brands that our collectors, owners also like to own, and we share a passion. And I share that passion. I'm also a collector, love other timepieces as well. I would say that I like to see my customers wearing Richard Mille. They wear Rolex, Patek, Audemars Piguet. And on the high complication side, MB&F, very fond of this, and Grubel Forsey. These are fabulous sort of pieces and collections that our owners are generally buying into, I would say, and enjoying. But the difference that I see between those other brands and us is a super high level of diversity with the innovation and what's on the wrist as an end product, and the fact that they just feel amazing wearing our product, and they want to wear it. And I feel like, for whatever reason, they're making this choice to have us as a symbol of success, an ultra rare product, high level of exclusivity, and to showcase their personalities on the wrist.
You just mentioned innovation. So, and I think when we talk about innovation, these days we have to talk about AI. What would you say AI will change the luxury industry, and what may change at Jacob & Co.?
Yeah, I would say AI and digital, it's a really exciting topic. And I'd like to see it being used for efficiencies, making sort of mundane, general tasks almost disappear and be replaced by softwares that can do these tasks. Also improvements in sort of global efficiencies. So as a brand at the back end, in the factories through to the final product coming to us, it's a big journey that happens behind the scene. And I think if we can have technologies that can advance the speed of process, make room for more. So if we could have the ability to produce more, because human beings' time spent on administrative tasks related around the production process is significantly reduced through AI, I see this as a huge benefit. So yeah, there's definitely work going on behind the scenes already. I'm friends with one or two consultants that are already with several brands, can't mention any, but working with several brands in Switzerland now to develop these new innovative processes. So I'm sure that in 1 to 2 years' time, we'll definitely see some changes, and we'll see advances in AI assisting us for sure. I think the important thing to note is that the watch is the physical item. I don't see robots building them for us. This is not what the customer wants either. We're buying luxury, quality, really elevated and Swiss-made, and hands, tooling, much like the aircraft being, the engine being repaired today by hand and things like that. It's important we remain with this for sure. But yeah, if it can assist, this is great. And then in terms of general digitalization, what I would like to see is authentication on the blockchain for products so that people really know they're buying the real authentic item from a brand. And this is applicable to all brands, not only in watches, but in any luxury items, garments like football shirts, for example. We really need to have these technologies so that if you're the first-time owner, you may have bought it from me or the official retail point. You know it's genuine. But then you may wish to sell this piece in the future for whatever reason, change to something else in your collection. And the next owner needs to be able to validate this somehow. And I think that if we can have our products slightly digitalized so that they're linked to like a blockchain on the ledger, and we're able to authenticate them with like a form of microchip, and we can scan, we can check, we can validate. I think this is really positive for us as a watch brand, so that people know they receive the watch with the correct provenance, and also for many other brands as well. So I see this innovation is already happening. Technology companies already speaking to us, and I'm sure many other brands as well. And I think in the not too distant future, we'll start to see many, many products containing these unclonable microchips, which we can scan and validate the items. So I think a combination of AI through to digitalization for the better will be fantastic for the industry.
As you stated, AI will help us to have room for other things. So, and when I'm thinking about room for other things, it's more time efficiency, spending more time with the customer. And I know that you run a global business actually, and I'm quite sure a lot of traveling is involved. So what are your top 3 learnings about traveling globally over the last 3 years?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I travel extensively, as most people already know. And we have an office in Sydney, Australia, which is a full day away from me at home in the UK. So it's really important that time efficiency is the priority here, for sure, and making the best of the quality time you have when you land at the destination. I utilize traditional, general airlines in Europe, let's say, and long haul like Emirates to go to Australia. And then we also have with yourselves this partnership at GlobeAir, so that we can take strong decision, utilize your asset as the private jet to benefit our time and our safety when traveling with items, and also to elevate the customer experience should it be part of a customer handover process, event, or something like this. But I would say, time is absolutely so essential. We can't buy more of it. It's 24 hours. And as much as I can make watches to tell you time and make you feel fabulous when you look at it, I can't give you any more, and I can't give myself any more. So I would say, this is the biggest takeaway for me, and choosing the right mode of transport for the right avenue is crucial. Yeah.
Good summary of what we are telling our customers as well. Yeah. If you would think about Jacob & Co. would design and engineer a private jet, what would be the typical elements of a Jacob & Co. private jet?
I mean, hopefully it'd fly eventually, but I'm sure the R&D process would be long and laborious. It would have to look completely unique and not like your typical planes. I think it'd probably have to be supersonic so that we can save even more time traveling. And I do hope one day that supersonic travel like the Concorde comes back to general aviation for the public, because I think we lack that these days. If you're going from London to New York, London to Australia, for example, it's a lot of time, which can technically be wasted in some ways, and it would be fantastic to make this more efficient. So I think Jacob & Co. would build something super fast, extremely cool, and we'd have a big queue of people desperate to fly on it.
And if you would use just a Jacob & Co. private jet, what would be the number one thing why you would use such a private jet?
I would use it to ensure time is well spent, and to ensure that our customer enjoys the experience and the emotion of being part of the Jacob & Co. family. and we get to present their timepiece to them in the ultimate time machine, which would be the plane.
What would you say is the most underrated luxury in life?
Wow, this is a great question. Most underrated luxury in life. Spending time with your family.
Yeah.
I think we all, in our world, work so hard. We spend so much time away. I mean, I'm away 75% of the year approximately from home. So what I've learned is that although I'm away a lot, when I am home, I've got to spend proper quality time with my wife and my children, my other family members, my mother, brothers, everybody, and friends as well, of course. So what we do now, and it seems really sad, but we really make a calendar with my wife, and we sit down and we get everybody booked in that we want to share the quality times with. And some weekends we'll go away with friends, which we'll be doing in a couple of weeks with my best friend. And we'll spend quality time together for 24 hours. So although I'm not seeing him every week, every other week, like we may have done when we were younger, you're spending really quality time sharing great moments together and having great experiences. So I would say this is really valuable, is spending the right time with the right people.
Thank you, Laurence, for sharing all those details and this exciting story with Man City. It's really very impressive. As you said, you build a business on top of a business, which is time consuming and that you have to focus on time. So I appreciate your openness, and I would love to see some of our customers coming to you, getting also one of these handful pieces left and having great moments with it.
Absolutely, it would be a pleasure. Thank you.